Reading is a tool in our lives that a lot of us take for granted or dislike. Typically, it's because the only reading you ever do is required reading or reading things that really don't hold your interest. For me, I'm very passionate about reading. Even assigned reading can become leisurely reading for me because I love the challenge and adventure of discovering something new. It's an easy escape into a completely different world that I can go to just by opening a book and slipping in between the pages. As a young child, my mother always pushed that reading was important. I remember the days when we'd make weekly trips to our public library and we would browse the shelves together to find the most interesting books we could and have contests to see who could find the book with the prettiest cover art. She made reading fun for me. She always told us that reading is valuable and something that we will always do throughout our lives. Reading, in her opinion, was something that made you smarter in every way. Little did she know she was fostering a love that would last me a lifetime. The years passed and things with my family got more difficult. My little brother's list of special needs grew along with my older brother's. The autism and other mental illnesses took their toll. There were so many days that I didn't understand why all these things happened to them, to us, and I had no idea how to escape from the bad times. I was going crazy myself, just trying to think of ways that I could help or just get a small reprieve from everything. Then I realized every time I opened a book, I got a little reprieve from the world I lived in. I had been reading all those years and never even realized that when I did, I was transported to a different place. I can remember a few really bad nights where the only thing you would hear for hours was the sound of my little brother screaming, and no one could figure out why. I felt so helpless in those situations. So every time it happened, I would go to my room, close the door, pull out my latest adventure, and dive in. I would then spend hours in a different world and only come out when my mom would come and look for me. I'd realized the screaming was over, but I didn't even know it because I was too busy helping Harry Potter break into the Ministry of Magic. I almost didn't want to come out from the new world I had discovered and had so many adventures in. The benefits of reading don't just stop at taking me to another place. It greatly improved my vocabulary and grammar. If I read a book and I don't have to stop and look up or figure out what a word means, I finish it and go get one that challenges me more. The more challenging, the better the story. The authors that challenged me most growing up were J.K. Rowling, Scott Westerfield, and Jane Austen. Jane Austen actually still challenges me today. It was challenging to figure out some of the concepts and meanings of the words, but when I did figure them out, they described these complex worlds that just begged for you to take a stroll in them. These authors have inspired me to do my own writing along with reading in hopes that one day someone could feel the same way about my stories.